All right, boys, how are we?
Just dandy.
Better,
We got
better than fucking Sunday.
we got fucking ECAB back.
Recap.
Just one word. Skull.
Oh, no. Hold on. You weren't here last week. Oh, you're talking about just in general, aren't you? Never mind.
Yep.
Never mind. That's fair.
I don't know. He didn't call the pick, so I don't think you get to do that.
Ooh, Carl makes a fair point.
He does, but just you wait till we get to pick'ems.
Oh, well, that doesn't matter now. The game's already over.
Yeah.
You'll see. You'll
Oh,
see.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's fair enough. Turn that down just a hair. All right. We're hot, boys. We're hot.
Hot mic.
All right. We're all set up. Week 3, LDRS, long distance relationship spouts. 3 different states, 3 different idiots. Let's see. This came up with that top of my head right now. I like that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think I'll use that moving forward. Let's do some house cleaning. Let's go over last week. All right.
Everybody sucks.
Everybody sucks.
Everybody sucks.
All right, so last week, Carl and myself both went a pedestrian 7 and 9 with a 43.7%. That's not great. Evan, 8 and 8. You're 500, right in the middle, 50%. So with that said, and also once again, nobody hit a lock. Nobody hit one.
Yeah, what the fuck's up with that?
They're fucking cursed. So whoever we pick as a lock, I'm betting against for sure. Okay, leaderboard update. Carl's sitting at first at 18 points, 56%. Pretty good after 2 weeks. Not bad, but especially how fucking crazy the year's going so far, don't you think? Evan at 17 is only 1 game back. 53%. And then I'm at 43%. I am fucking 4 games back at Carl. So not great. Overall, though, I mean, after it's only 2 weeks, or doesn't the season already feel like it's longer than 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, a lot has happened in such a small period of time.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Oh, we lost the Gypsy. He gone. His internet's all fucked up. Yep. Let's see. All right. So with
just
that
the
said,
camera.
Let's see here. I thought it'd be kind of interesting after the first 2 weeks of all like crazy shit we've seen. Let's go over what you guys see as your top 5s in the league right now. I'm gonna go ahead and start it. I got number 1, New Orleans, powerhouse New Orleans, the best fucking team in the league. All right, easily. That's enough said there. Number 2, I got the Chargers at number 2. I fucking love Harbaugh and what he's doing there. All right, I got Buffalo number 3, Tampa number 4. Tampa looks fucking dangerous. And of course, number 5 rounded out Dallas. Dallas number 5 right now. They're still number 5. They might have dropped the game. They're still
You
number
just
5.
took over all the other teams that went to Dallas.
KC sitting right there at 6. They're right there. They almost cracked it. Almost cracked it.
Bullshit.
All right, Carl, what's your 5, man?
I put KC at 1. All my teams are 2-0, but I put them at 1 just because of who they played. They played Baltimore and then they played Cincinnati, and even though they were close, they won both of them. So, and then I put the Bills at 2, also because they played Arizona and then Miami, and both of those games they could have lost, but I thought they were good and they beat them both. I put New Orleans at 3. Just because they scored 40 points in each game. They basically only played two halves of fucking football. So, 4, I put Houston. They weren't real good this last week, but I think they probably have one of the better teams. 5, I put Minnesota.
Oh.
But it was a debate. Yeah. It was a debate between them and Tampa Bay. I put Tampa Bay at 6, but I gave it to Minnesota, even though they beat the Giants. That wasn't real like a great win, but they beat San Francisco, and I'll give them that. And then I was thinking about either putting Frisco or Arizona up there just because I think they've been playing good so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my five.
If I was being honest, Arizona would have been my fifth, not Dallas. If I was actually being honest.
Yeah, I think Arizona's played really good these first two games. So
They're a fucking wagon. Watch. All right, E-Cab, what you got, man?
With great reluctance, I put the Chiefs at first. Until some other team bribes the refs with more money, Chiefs will remain number one. That 13th man. I got the Bills at number two. As long as Joshua is doing Joshua things, the defense remains average, and they're running the ball this year. They're at number two. Funny enough, and then I matched up pretty exact with Carl. 3 with the Saints. I don't think it sustains long term, but they blew out Dallas, and that's saying something.
Yeah, it is.
I got the Texans at 4, which is also kind of reluctant. They haven't been good wins, and as good as Chicago's defense is, you would think a Super Bowl caliber team could have put them away a little bit easier with the pedestrian numbers that Williams has had. So they still remain in contention, and I'm still split on 5. I've got the Chargers and the Vikings. I still cannot figure it out. If the two had to play head to head, I think the Vikings would win. But I think the Chargers deserve that spot more. What Harbaugh's come in and just made it function as a unit overnight, I think it's a little bit more dangerous, especially with Jefferson out injured. Who knows? It's a matter of time before Addison does 105 in a 25 school zone somewhere. So,
right. Fuck, I wish Harbaugh was my head coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't put the Chargers up there because of who they played. They played the Raiders, and then they played, Carolina?
Well,
I was just like,
the Raiders beat Baltimore in Baltimore.
Yeah. But their offense sucks.
Yeah, it's pretty risky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not something.
I think their defense is pretty good, but to me, their offense is terrible right now. So
their defense shows up when it has to.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's enough of that. Quickly, real fast, I'm going to switch the screen over to my webpage here. So the viewer, you guys can't see this, but the viewer can. I'm just going to recap the scores from last week real fast. All right. Buffalo down Miami. His head got scrambled again. Man, hope the best for him. That sucks. New Orleans dismantled Dallas in Dallas. That was fucking brutal. Tampa over Detroit. 2016. The Tampa looks legit. They got sacked 6-7 times, and 5 of those were just Hutchinson himself or something, and they still won. Yeah, they still won. Back in 2021, I think it was like week 2 or week 3. I saw Cincinnati play. I think it was Kansas City. It was a good team. Burrow got sacked 6 or 7 times, and they still won the game. I bet them to win the AFC that year, and it cashed me out. So I'll probably be putting a sprinkle on Tampa to win the NFC, just like the same thing I saw that couple years back, just for the hell of it. Indy does not look good at all. They do not look good. They dropped it to Green Bay and Malik Willis. New York showed up. They rebounded very well off that SF loss and beat Tennessee in Tennessee. Tennessee has a decent defense, so that's a good win. Frisco went to Minnesota, and Minnesota pulled that one out. That's got to feel good, Evan. That's got to feel good.
And I stand corrected. It was not Huntington Beach. It was, I believe it was Newport Beach. We were at that bar. Silent. Just silent.
Were you being an asshole throwing the Gallahorn around?
Not too loud. Just a little oof, here and there. You know.
Fucking sounds like a moose call.
You got to let them have it. You got to be loud.
Hell yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Those are some rich assholes down there. They'll file a lawsuit and shit. I don't want to know.
No, all you got to do is let Maddie kick their ass. You'd be fine. Oh, man, the New York Football Giants. If you guys had a kicker, I don't think you guys lose that game against Washington.
Probably not.
Yeah. Your guys, Dayball's pretty much, this is all he's got, right, this season to do something, right?
I would think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
McCarthy's in the same boat.
But yeah, but my whole problem is the kicker, his leg was already hurt before the game, and they didn't pick up another kicker. I thought that was dumb.
They definitely had time.
Yeah.
Should have hired Brian Flores, huh?
Should have, huh?
I would have. That wasn't my choice. You guys didn't hire him either. You gave him a DC spot.
That's just enough.
Look at Flores. Flores is not a good head coach. He's a great DC. It's being proven. Chargers went to Carolina and absolutely dismantled them. No shock there. Watch out for them Chargers, man. Harbaugh is just going to pound the damn rock on you. He's just going to pound the rock until your nose bleeds and nothing you can do about it. Cleveland, that was an upset. Jacksonville was supposed to be a decent squad, and they dropped to Cleveland, who got dismantled by Dallas the previous week. Something's going on in Jacksonville, and I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's not pretty. Raiders, massive upset. Go into Baltimore and fucking take the dub. Sunday, Shinjo is messaging us in the the league chat. He's bitching because it's blacked out in his area. He can't watch it. So I ended up throwing it on stream, and myself, Shaners, and Trev hung out Sunday and watched the Raider game in Discord. Let's see.
Nice.
Which there was too many games at 10 a.m. There was 10 fucking games. I couldn't focus on shit. Yeah.
There was tons of games. It seems like everybody was playing at 10.
It sucked because I didn't get it. Last week, I did not get to watch every game. That pissed me off. Rams went to Arizona. And Arizona, that game was over in the first quarter. Never close.
Yeah.
And the Rams are beat up right now. They are banged up early.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh at Denver, that was probably the most boring game. I mean, anytime Pittsburgh plays, it's pretty boring. Let's see. Oh, man, yeah, the Cincy-Kansas City game. Interesting, huh? Now,
it was goody.
That was a tough football game. Loved it. I think it was pass interference. I'll be honest with you. I thought it was pass interference at the end, but I guess that's like not really a hot take. Houston.
I don't know. It's such a hard argument. It's almost always so close. You can call it almost either way. So,
that's fair.
Whatever. I think people need to stop worrying about one call. Like, it doesn't change the whole game. Sometimes it sucks. It's at a bad time. I mean, the Giants got one. We stacked them on 3rd and 5, so it was 4th and 11, and they called a bullshit hold on us. They ended up scoring a field goal on that drive. So shit happens, but that's not why we lost.
Right.
You can't just put it on just that.
Yeah.
There's multiple reasons.
Because you don't win a game or lose a game in one play. That's a fact.
Exactly.
Yeah, there was plenty of other stuff that Cincinnati could have done prior to that to get the victory. So, but since they're a slow starter. I went and looked it up. They start slow. So
every year.
Every year. So
Joe Burrow for his career is 1-9 through weeks 2. Like in his career, all the games he's played weeks 1 and 2, he's 1-9.
See, there you go. And Cincinnati can turn it on, and that division's wide open right now. I thought that division was going to be super close, but Baltimore they might go 0-3 to start. Pittsburgh's offense is so vanilla and boring, and the Browns. Who knows what the hell the Browns are going to be? I don't know. I have no idea. But then to round out the week, Atlanta pulled the upset against Philadelphia. Love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. Kirko, man, I guess you just can never count the guy out, huh? He'll show up on you. So that's gonna round out that.
No one wants him to.
That's the thing too. He just fucking Kirko chains, man. He'll just show up one day and there's nothing you can do about it. Let's switch the screens, get you guys back on screen here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. All right, so that's that. All right, that's enough. We've got to move into these picks here.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's fucking do this. Okay, Thursday, New England is at the Jets. Thursday night, Carl, go for it.
I'm just picking the Jets because they're at home. This has every bit of a dirty New England game though, because it's supposed to be raining and stuff. So I could see this game being close, but I'm just gonna stick with the Jets.
All right, I'm going Godzilla mode this week. I'm not losing one. All right, Carl, NYJ. I'm doing the same. New England defense shows up to play. Offense, I don't think they have enough to move the ball against the Jets, especially in, what, is that Rutherford? Is that where they play?
Yeah.
Give me Aaron Rodgers. Give me the Jets. ECAB, what you got?
Same thing. I think the Jets get a little bit better every week. And again, home advantage. I think they just take it barely. It's going to be an ugly game.
Yeah, I think it will be nice and ugly. It's going to be defensive. Okay, here we go. 10 a.m. Giants going to Cleveland. Who the fuck is Cleveland? I don't know who they are. I can't get my finger on that pulse. Evan, what do you got?
As long as Tommy ain't throwing touchdowns in New York, I'm taking the Browns.
Taking the Browns.
Yep. I think until they get rid of Daniel Jones, they're just going to continue to suffer. He ain't it.
I don't think he is either. Carl, what are you going, man? Who are you taking?
I'm going Cleveland.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. I thought Daniel Jones played well last week. He led 3 touchdown drives. He made a good pass on that 4th down. They just didn't come up with it, but I think they still struggle to move the ball. So I'm just going Cleveland just based off their defense.
Right. Now, Cleveland, I didn't realize they got back their starting line before that game last week. I thought they were still down their tackles. So take that with a grain of salt. I'm going to take Cleveland as well. I don't trust New York yet. Until we see something, I'm not going to be picking them. They got to show us something before I start picking them. So, all right, Chicago at Indy. Indy's 0-2. That's wild. I would not have guessed they would be 0-2. I thought the horseshoe was going to have something for them, and now they lost DeForest Buckner. He's on IR now, so their best pass rusher's down. Caleb Williams has not looked great yet. He has not looked great. Chicago's defense is for real, so I still like Indy at home. They're not going 0-3. They're not starting 0-3. So give me Indy. Carl, what do you got?
I'm going the same route. I think Chicago's decent. I thought Caleb Williams played a lot better this last game, but I think Anthony Richardson rebounds and has a better game, doesn't throw 3 picks like he did against Green Bay. That's pretty bad.
Evan, what you got?
Well, neither of them can throw, so whichever one can run better, I'll take that one. I'm also going Colts. I think the defense is better, but I just think it's another ugly game, or potentially just a shootout of sorts. Under 30 points, but back and forth, just boneheaded plays. The defense makes picks, forced fumble sacks, that kind of thing. That prevents it from being a traditional shootout.
Man, if there was a shootout in that game, I'd be shocked. But hey, anything
Yards,
can happen.
not touchdowns.
Look through the first 2 weeks, both weeks, the most heavy public favorite has lost. So anything can happen. Really. All right, flipping around. Houston at Minnesota. Evan, you're going last. Carl, who do you got?
I'm rolling with Houston. Fuck Minnesota. No, I think Houston's good. I think Minnesota has played really well. I think their defense has really held them up, and they've kept Sam Darnold clean. But I think Houston will be able to move the ball on them, just run more, and kick a lot of field goals, probably with Fairbairn.
That boy can kick a ball, huh? Yeah, he's good. He's good at football. I'm taking Minnesota at home. Their defense, KOC has Sam Darnold playing smart, good football. If he can keep limiting his focus and doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and they keep pounding the rock, and that defense keeps shutting teams down, give me Minnesota at home. If it was in Houston, I would take Houston. Houston's had some ugly wins. They're not dominating people right now. So I'm taking Minnesota. ECAB, what you got?
So
Uh-oh.
this is what I was talking about earlier about we got something in store for you. So
Hey.
Man, I bet he had a heater for us too. We're gonna have to.
I did. Am I
Okay.
back yet?
Okay, your image is
Yeah.
back, your audio's back, camera's off.
I just want to try and get back.
Okay. Oh.
All right, we're back.
Yeah,
Oh, come on.
You need to stop paying for that discount internet, boy.
Apparently.
All right, go ahead and just
Well,
go for it. What do you got?
well, I heard somebody talking shit on the last show about changing my name and the bad juju that causes. So I'm going to show you how a little Gypsy magic works, and that is by taking the Texans again as an upset, because apparently rooting against them gets them the win. So I will sacrifice my pick to get the Vikings the win. That's how that works.
Okay, so you're going the I'm the problem. I respect it. I don't
know if it works if he has a Vikings jacket on though when he does it.
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be a good game.
Hey.
I'll definitely be watching that one.
Hey, who's the Gypsy here?
That's true. That's a fair point. I'm sticking with Minnesota. I like it. Okay, Philadelphia going to the powerhouse New Orleans Saints. Give me the Saints. I'm picking the Saints. They've scored so many damn points. Their offensive line, Dallas got no pressure on Carr. Zero pressure. And our defensive line is not chump steak. So with that and the amount of fucking points they're putting up, Honey Badgers getting interceptions back there. Their defense is swarming. I'm going to take New Orleans. Evan, who you got?
Same thing. The Eagles are still as dysfunctional as they were at the end of last year, I think. And without A.J. Brown for the next couple weeks, that hurts. So I'm same.
Coral.
Yeah, I'm jumping on that boat too.
Mhm.
I think New Orleans just has put up too many points, and Philadelphia's actually given up quite a few points to Green Bay, and now Atlanta they let them come back. So I'm definitely taking New Orleans in this one. I don't
Yeah.
even know if that's an upset anymore.
I don't think it is. I think New Orleans should be the favorite. Philly. Man, it must be hilarious to be in that community in Philadelphia because they ride so high, and then the second there's one bump in the road, they're already ready to fire. Sirianni's on a hotter seat, I think, than Dable and McCarthy already.
Oh, really?
They were
I
just
think
in,
that's dumb.
they were just in an NFC title game not too long ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. But yeah, no, I'm going New Orleans too. Flipping over, so we're still in the 10 a.m. slot here, which I'm actually really excited. They did 7 10 a.m. and 5 1 p.m. That's how it should be.
And 2 Monday night games.
Bam! They fucking hate Washington so bad they can't even let them have Monday by themselves. Carl, why don't you start us off on this? Chargers at Pitt.
I'm going Chargers. I just think Pittsburgh, for their 2-0 start, they still have scored like fucking 30 points altogether. So I think the Chargers pull it out unless Pittsburgh just defensive studs them again. So
Yeah, I agree with you. I think when you have a strong run game, you can beat good defenses with a strong run game. A lot of play action. You get Herbert. His foot's got to be getting better every day, right? You get him coming out of the pocket, a little dump offs. Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers as well. I don't believe in Pitt yet. Evan, who you got?
Same thing.
Yeah.
With the Chargers. Yep. Nothing else to add.
Yeah, seriously. All right, then Evan, you keep this next one then. Denver at Tampa. What you got?
My upset.
Ooh,
I am
beautiful.
going with the Broncos.
oh shit!
I fell for that trap.
Tampa's
Last week.
Tampa's defense is decimated. Mike Evans is going to be on Sertan Island, and those young cornerbacks in Denver have actually been playing well. It's going to be a matter of containing the front seven. I think that the Bucs are just wiped out enough that this is one of those look-ahead weeks. They're looking at their next opponent, which I believe is it Philly? They have somebody tough next week. I can't remember who it is now off the top of my head, but I think it's a look-ahead week. That's why it's my upset pick. I think it's just one of those things you're not expecting. Lynch hasn't looked good, but again, the defense is decimated in Tampa, so he may be able to get something going.
Ooh, they got the Jets after Tampa.
Oh, really? Is
Yeah,
that who it was?
in New York.
Oh, so another. Okay, back on the road. I thought
Yeah.
they had somebody. Well, that might change my pick. No, still upset.
That's
Broncos.
next week. So, I fell for that Denver trap last week. I had Pitt with all you guys, and then me and Carl are wrapping the show up, and my dumbass hit hard, and I was like, I'm taking Denver, which they were in the game. That's how slow.
The one thing I will add to this though is that the Bucks, while they're 2-0, they put up a lot of points. They have, and I can't remember there was like 3 or 4 different metrics Pro Football Focus had. They're one of the luckiest teams so far. They are winning by a smaller margin, and the plays that are going right in their favor have a very low projection of actually going in their favor. So it's not sustainable. So I think there's a chance again for like kind of one of those look past weeks. You think Broncos aren't shit and you didn't prepare for it, and all of a sudden they hit you. You know, somebody goes off a tight end you weren't looking out for. It gets 80 yards and 2 touchdowns.
All right, I'm going Tampa because they were banged up last week with their defense, and they beat Detroit in Detroit. Baker Mayfield's fucking balling. The defense is, yeah, I know they're hurting the secondary. I'm taking Tampa, especially at home. Give me Tampa. Coral, who do you got?
I'm also taking Tampa because Denver ain't shit. They are terrible.
Mm-hmm.
With Bo Nix, I just think Tampa gets it done. Even if Mike Evans is covered by Surtain, I think Godwin steps up again, which he got him going last week. So I think Tampa takes this one pretty easily.
Yeah, I agree. All right, still in the 10 a.m. slot. This is the last one for 10 a.m. Evan, excuse me, Carl. We got Green Bay at Tennessee. Who do you like?
This is a little tricky, but I think I'm going to go Green Bay just because their defense stepped up last week, and I see them doing that again against not so much better offense in Tennessee. So I think Green Bay will take it.
I like the revenge factor going on in that game. ECAB, what you got?
I'm going with the Titans. They're at home. I don't think the Packers strike gold with Malik Willis twice. Not to mention, what did they run Josh Jacobs like 30 times last week?
Yeah.
Something like that. They had him running ragged. Malik Willis is not good. I don't think he thrives, especially at home. The Titans' defense has been locked down, so I'm taking Titans.
This was, for me, it was essentially a pick 'em. I was like, this can go either way. Green Bay probably has, a top 3 defense in the NFC? Probably. Tennessee's defense is not terrible. They're not winning games, but I think a lot of that has to do with Will Levis. There was a photo I saw on Twitter of him like literally fully extended out throwing the ball as he's like laying out throwing the ball. I was like, you're not going to win games like that. With that said, I'm also going Green Bay purely on defense. I just think defense will beat Tennessee's offense. All right, flipping around. Oh, here we go. All right, 1 p.m. slot. Carolina coming here to Vegas. They benched what's his name? Why am I drawing a blank?
Right. Yeah.
Thank you. So Andy Dalton will live forever. He'll never die. And he will start for every NFL team. Every single one. It's wild. It's almost like whatever team has the worst injury first, he just appears on the roster like magic. So
it's the red hair.
It's the fucking red hair, man. The red rifle.
The red rocket just pops out of nowhere.
That's it. I don't believe Bryce Young was all of Carolina's issues. Give me the Raiders. They went into Baltimore and beat Baltimore. Give me the Raiders. Evan, who you got?
I'm going Raiders as well. However, this was one of my other picks for an upset because I believe the statistical win percentage for these veteran quarterbacks that come in and start their first week in the middle of the season is usually fairly high, and it's the red rifle. He always he does it every time. He comes back in that week 1, he rips off like 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. and then continues to suck for the rest of the year. So I think it could be a good game.
All right, Carl, go for it. While he's all
Big
frozen.
game from Carolina, but I'm still going with
Coral.
Yeah, I'm going the Raiders too. I bet against them the first 2 weeks, and it kind of bit me in the ass last week. I thought they played really well, especially their defense last week against Baltimore. Baltimore only had like 10 rush yards at halftime, which is crazy. So I think Carolina struggles even with Andy Dalton. So yeah, I'm taking the Raiders on that one.
Yeah, because it's not like Andy Dalton's fucking playing defense too. They have to stop.
No.
Yeah, I don't believe Andy Dalton's going to solve that. And also the main stat of when this happens, like, when teams make giant changes, it tends to be when a head coach is released. The next week, that team always wins, not their quarterback. So I understand what you're saying, the veteran thing. Like, when was that? Prior to Baker Mayfield going to the Rams. I mean, he was at the Rams, remember? They literally picked him up that week, and he started that game and won. Joe Flacco started that game in Cleveland and won. I see what you're saying, but I just
Right.
yeah, just give me the Raiders. All right, Carl,
Yeah,
we got the Dolpham going to Seattle with no Tua. What do you see here? Yeah, what do you see?
I think that's a tough environment, especially for him to go in and play. Seattle's not forgiving. So, and Seattle's pretty good right now. I couldn't put them in my top 5, even though they're 2-0, because they barely beat New England last week in overtime, and before that, I think they beat Denver. So, and not by much. So, I think it's still close, but I'm taking Seattle just because that's a tough environment.
Yeah, I pretty much I agree with everything you said. I do. I also don't trust Miami's defense at all. I mean, they what was their score last week? 41-10 or something against Buffalo. It was bad. It was bad. Yeah, it was bad. So I'm also going to take Seattle at home. Skylar Thompson, he doesn't even sound like a quarterback's name. He sounds like a baseball player. He doesn't sound like an NFL quarterback. Evan, what do you got?
Same Seahawks, and it is my unenthusiastic lock.
Oh, okay. So that definitely means Miami's winning now. Okay, so Evan, you got Seattle as your loctations here. Okay.
That benefits me though, because that means Tyreek Hill's got a few touchdowns. So you win some, you lose some, right?
You win some, you lose some. I just put that under Carl. That's not the right name. Lock Evan. Okay. Evan, I'm gonna stay with you here. Them pesky Lions going to the wagon that is the fucking Cardinals. What do you got?
Lions. They usually play pretty well off a disappointing loss. When you got Dan Campbell on your ass, you usually do. So I think they rebound. I think the defense tightens up a little bit. That is one of the reasons that I'm a little lower on the Bucks. Is the Lions secondary still isn't fixed. For whatever reason, it's not fixed. People are throwing on them. But I think they get it done.
All right. Carl, who do you like?
Arizona. I'm taking that wagon. Kyler Murray really showed up, especially last week, but the week before too. And now that he hooked up with Marvin Harrison Jr., I think they continue to keep rolling. Shit, I think they put up 30 points each week. So yeah, I like Arizona in this one.
Me too. I'm with you. I'm taking Arizona. They're doing such a good job too. They're running the ball with Connors is fucking pounding the rock, right? And then they'll let him take the entire drive, and then the next drive they come in with the other cat, a little fucking rocket, and their 1-2 is fucking good. Defense is buzzing. I'm really high on Arizona right now. After the first 2 weeks, I'm a fan. I'm like, all right, I'm riding this wagon until the wheels fall off. Give me Arizona. Yeah, for real. All right, then moving in.
Hold on. What is
They look good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, shit, man. So many people were on the Rams last week. Arizona dismantled them.
Right.
It was never close. All right, here we go. The 0-2 Baltimore Ravens going down to Jerry World down to Texas. Shoot. Man, Dallas looked like ass. Mike McCarthy's on the hot seat. Dak just got the bag, didn't play well. Defense had no push against New Orleans. Secondary was getting fucking roasted in the back. I mean, Carr was dropping bombs behind the safety for touchdowns.
Yeah.
I got so sick of seeing number 6 Wilson running toward the end zone. It was disgusting. Baltimore goes 0-3. Give me Dallas. All right,
Wow.
All right, Carl. All right, Carl, what do you got, man?
That are pretty good. Yeah, Dak got the bag, so did CD Lamb.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Baltimore in this one just because I don't think they're going to go 0-3.
Yeah.
I don't think they should be 0-3 right now. They could have won both their first 2 games, but I think they're going to come in pretty pissed off, actually. Hopefully they give Derrick Henry the ball a little bit more. I don't know why, but they'll bring in Derrick Henry just to run, and it's like everybody knows it. And then they'll take him out, and it's like everybody knows that they're passing then. So I don't know why they keep doing that. They need to leave him in the game and start playing with him a little bit more. Have him run the ball. He can catch too. I mean, he's not the best, but set him up a screen, something.
Yeah.
I think they're a little pissed off. So, but I don't know. Lamar got sacked a lot last week.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Micah Parsons gets loose, maybe, but I'm taking Baltimore. I don't think they go 0-3.
Yeah. Statistically, I don't know if Baltimore or Lamar Jackson ever in his life has ever gone 0-3. I didn't look it up. I just assume it's never happened.
Yeah.
ECAB, what you got, man?
I'm going with the Cowboys. It's
Woo!
at home. I don't think the Cowboys are bad. It seemed like last week. And the Ravens just seem dysfunctional. And much to Carl's point, like when they bring Henry out there, they know they're running. So something's off with the offense. I don't think it gets fixed this week. And at home against the Cowboys, that's going to be tough to do.
Yeah. I'm just homering hard and hoping for the best. All right, Carl, we got Frisco going a little trip down south to the Rams. Yeah, it's like a new freeway game essentially. A couple hour down the road. Who do you like against Niners at the Rams?
I'm definitely going Niners on this one. I just think the Rams are too beat up, and Frisco just lost to Minnesota. I think they'll be pissed off, and this is a division game. They always play each other tough, and with no Aaron Donald now, this rivalry I think it's going to be a little more one-sided this year, especially with if Cooper Kupp and Puka are out. Like I don't really see the Rams putting up much of a fight.
I completely agree. For everything you said, I'm on SF as well. Evan, who do you got?
I got the same. The Rams are a shell of a team at this point as far as injuries go. So 49ers easy.
You know, and I really like Sean McVay. I think he's a really good coach. I don't know if you can get it done with what you got in the toolbox right now. So, yeah, give me the Niners. That was.
Well, we all knew this was coming because of what they gave up to win the Super Bowl that one year. You know, they were trading away pieces and picks like nothing. So it's kind of come now. So they're gonna have to get younger.
Full circle. That's right. That's exactly. I forgot about that. Sean McVay levied their entire future for that Super Bowl. That's right. I forgot about that. All right, here we go. This actually might be a good game now. After what we saw on Monday night, this Sunday night, we got Kansas City going to Atlanta. Last time Atlanta played at home this season, they lost to Pittsburgh, who did not score a touchdown. They lost purely to field goals. Man, Kirk looked good. I don't think Atlanta's defense is gonna. No, but you know what though? KC lost Pachenko. They lost the receiver too. Who did they lose? Brown's gone. Somebody else too. They lost 3 guys already. I'm taking Atlanta in the upset.
Shit.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I might be taking crazy pills. I just think after what Atlanta showed us against Philadelphia, and that's a very hostile environment to go play in and win. On Kelsey night too. Oh yeah, and fuck Travis Kelce. He's fucking me over, man. He ain't scored a touchdown yet. He had one catch last week. One fucking catch.
Oh, fucking touchdown. He could at least get you 10 points.
He's an extra lineman this season. He's not catching the ball. He's just playing tackle right now. He's playing offset tackle. Fucking asshole. All right, Carl, what do you got?
I got Kansas City. I don't know what the fuck you're thinking. Atlanta looked like shit the whole game except for the fourth quarter. Kirk Cousins decided to play football again. I don't know. And their offense is still running out of the fucking pistol. I don't know why. So until they stop doing that dumb shit and start doing what they did in the fourth quarter for a whole game, I'm taking KC, and I think I'm going to lock that in.
I kind of had a feeling that was coming. I was like, I bet you that's Carl's lock. I don't know what the fuck I'm on, man. God damn it. All right, Evan, what do you got?
Same. I'm going with the Chiefs. That's for the same reason. Yeah, it's not like Kirk Cousins can run an RPO, so I have no idea why they're running pistol formation. That was a lucky drive. So Chiefs all the way.
All right, staying with you on this one. Double header Monday. It's kind of cool. We get 2 games. I mean, they're offset. You know, first game's 4:30, second one's 5:15. Evan, staying with you. Jacksonville has not looked great. Buffalo has one dominant win, right? Because Arizona could have beat him week 1. Who do you like? Jacksonville visiting Buffalo.
Bills. Home field advantage and quarterback advantage. It's just going to be it's easy. Bills.
Yeah, love it. Carl.
I'm going Buffalo.
Yep.
I don't see Jacksonville really getting it together. I don't know what's wrong with Jacksonville, but it doesn't seem like they have anything right now. So, and the Bills are rolling. So I'm taking the Bills.
Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. Give me Jackson. No, I'm playing. Give me Buffalo. I'm not even. Yeah, until we see Jacksonville defense be able to stop the bleeding once they get behind. We haven't seen it yet. Trevor Lawrence looks weird. Buffalo. I don't even think that's a hard one. I'm just going Buffalo. And then rounding out our week 3 here, we got Washington going to Cincinnati, who we were just talking about how Cincinnati's a slow starter, all that kind of stuff. Washington, Jaden Daniels. I do think Jaden Daniels gets a touchdown thrown. I think he throws one this week. I think all I think all the rookies throw one this week. I think Caleb throws one. I think Bo Nix throws one, and I think Jaden Daniel throws one. I think they all 3 do it.
Are you betting that on parlay?
Of course, I'll sprinkle something.
Hey.
A little sprinkle sprink.
It's got to be like a +5, right?
Oh, it's gonna be huge. No,
Yeah.
it would be probably like all 3 of them, and depending on what the line is, because sometimes it's not just a half. Sometimes it's 1.5 you have to take. So
Well, isn't it none of the rookie quarterbacks have thrown a touchdown yet? Isn't that the deal?
not yet.
Yeah, no.
So I think week 3 is the week. I think this is the week it happens.
Jaden Daniels ran 2 in the first week, but he hasn't thrown one.
Yeah, and I don't think Caleb has thrown one yet.
I don't think so. I know he did in week 1.
Yeah,
I don't think he did the other day.
Yeah, because Chicago is winning with their defense. Well, they lost last week. They did not look good last week, but still, I like those guys. But with all that bullshit said, this comes full circle. Cincinnati's going to fucking start the engine of that goddamn Bengal they're driving, and they're going to fucking kick their ass at home Monday night. Give me Cincy. Evan, what do you got?
Rawr. Same thing.
Okay. Oh, by the way, that was my lock. I should have mentioned that. Okay.
I do think it could turn into a high-scoring game, but definitely Bengals for sure.
All right, Carl, take us home. What do you got?
Yeah, I'm going Cincy too. Washington just hasn't showed me much, and if anything, I think this is the game that Jamar Chase just fucking goes ape shit. Since he's been shut down the first 2 weeks, and Washington's
Washington's secondary is terrible. I don't know what they're doing. I saw the Giants running free on them a couple times. So I just think Jamar Chase goes crazy and Joe Burrow fucking flings it downfield. So yeah, this seems like a pretty easy one.
You were right too, Carl. Last week you said I expect Malik Neighbors to have a day. He did. He had a good game last week. Yep, he did. Also, Washington, if you're letting the Giants run around on you, what the hell? Oh, is he back now from that hammy too? T. Higgs?
He's
I'm not
questionable.
100% yet.
So if T. Higgins is back, I feel so good about having this as my lock. Yeah,
The ghost of Slim Brady will live again.
yeah, exactly. So, well, shit, guys, that's about wraps it up.
That's it.
We kept this one pretty short. Only took us about 45 this time. That's not bad.
It's good.
It is good. Switch it over here to the logo here. All right, guys. Well, I'll tweet out. If anybody's watching this that doesn't know, follow me on X, the Phrod Pod, one word. I'll get all that shit out, and I'll get this edited tonight and get it up. So, all right, boys. Toodaloo.
Hey.